University Park as part of Green Yatra. So a lot of goodness coming out of it, and that's why we feel that with such kind of outcomes we are driving, that's why we believe the business is the great platform for change, So here is the opportunity. I think all of us, know this, regardless of what you do in our personal lives. We are being we have been impacted in a good way with all the AI transformation that's happening in our personal lives, so much so in our professional lives as well. And, that is really reshaping everything that we have known in the past about how to do things, right? Whether it is how we work today, in our professions, or, how it is shaping economies, how it is changing the way and reimagine how industry should work together and things. It's a great opportunity. And India being like a place where we have such amazing talent, we are able to really make an impact, not just receive that as a beneficiary. You can see that from the contributions to the GitHub, which is really the source of all the open source innovation, that we are driving a lot of these AI projects in GitHub, which is ranked as number 2, really showing that we already have a talent force here that is already skilled, upskilled, reskilled to be AI ready, not only driving for India but for the rest of the world and things like that. So it's a great statistic there, and from a NASSCOM point of view, you see that the numbers are obviously clearly showing that this will have a huge impact on our GDP, and then of course the skills penetration is a testament to the projects that we are doing, and of course all the employers are really committed to upskilling, reskilling their employees so that they're ready for the AI workforce and driving outcomes and things like that. So it's a great opportunity for India to be in the driver's seat, more than just being a beneficiary of the AI transformation that's going on. And Hyderabad, is a reflection of that. We've been here obviously for more than 10 plus years, which I'll cover in a bit, but essentially the number of commitments we've had, for data center build-outs over the last few years, you can see a huge commitment there for a reason. You've seen a lot of the multinationals starting their GCC centers out of Hyderabad, and Hyderabad being the place where Salesforce started is close to our heart. So we started here, and there is a reason for it, because of the talent we are able to attract, and really the innovation that we've driven out of it, that I'll cover in a bit, has been simply outstanding, from where we started. So Hyderabad is close to our heart, and we are really committed to continue driving a lot of our Salesforce innovation coming out of Hyderabad for Salesforce customers. Looking at the timeline, it's very interesting that we started in way back in 2005. Actually, it was a small engineering group sitting out of Hyderabad, and we kind of started to build, the foundation for it. As someday it becoming a center of excellence. We started to attract top talent. It takes a lot of time to kind of attract top talent, build a strong foundation, build a bench strength in terms of product leadership and engineering leadership and so on and so forth. And that was like fantastic to see how that, moved from 2005, where we started with a very small group, to also expand the footprint of the innovation that we are driving across the Salesforce portfolio of products, basically. And that was a phase 1, I'll say. And then 2016 is when we started the center here in Hyderabad, and we officially called it the Center of Excellence. But actually, the important, milestone for us was, in 2020. I know we went through the pandemic, which was really the toughest time that all of us had to deal with. But also, that was a very important year for us, with Arunadhi ma'am joining us as our first President CEO for India, and bringing that leadership and resiliency to Salesforce. Which was already in a great shape to take off. We also actually innovated the Salesforce platform to run on public cloud infrastructure, and this was the first time we had re-architected our platform, and we could have launched in any geo, but we decided to launch it in India for our customers. Given the regulatory environment and things like that, and data privacy being such a concern, India was leading in terms of adopting such a new innovation coming out of Salesforce, which we call it as Hyperforce. And then we just took off from there. You can see the numbers, see the growth from 2000 or 2020, we got to 10,000 very quickly in a matter of few years. And then, obviously, in 2024, we launched with the post-chat GPT world, we launched Agent Force, that kind of grew to 13,000 employees, where a lot of the innovation also was being developed in India. The revenue growth, you can see 46% year-over-year growth, reaching 15,000. So it's just like whenever I look back, we are growing, scaling our center of excellence across Hyderabad and Bangalore. Amazing. And then where we are today, we are at 17,000, and so
you want to really learn AI, you can ask it to map a trail for you with the modules that are required to be covered by you. And then you can, take those stages, like you can become an Agent Blazer champion, Agent Force champion, you can become a innovator, and you can become a legend. There are 3 stages to it. And it's something that anybody can actually log on and do. But what we are trying to do, as I told you, there are 4 pillars through which we are trying to make this common knowledge for people to go on and try. Okay. At the government, of course, we have already been working with the National Skilling Mission. We also work with the NASSCOM Skilling Mission. So the government is obviously there. The second part, as I said, is, through the AICT and its various colleges. We work with more than 2,000 plus colleges in bringing these courses to the undergraduates and offering them as a credit elective for them. Again, they log on to the Trailhead platform and then they learn. Then, of course, there are these platforms that we are creating with private universities. And last but not least, we are committed to ensuring that we do the skilling alongside of our partners and our customers wherever they would like to do these initiatives. We are definitely going to collaborate with them. And of course, we'll collaborate with them, we collaborate for them, all of that is on the cards. We believe that it is not so difficult to finish 1 million learners. It's something that's entirely possible. We have done it earlier and we can do it again. As I told you, India has 3.9 million trailblazers. If this 3.9 million, if each of them just adopt 1/4 of a person, then also we'll get 1 million, right? And we have some very nice trailblazer events which the community do on their own. Okay, that's not even sponsored by Salesforce. They do it on their own. They have some very nice events. So it's a community which is very vibrant, which is committed. As I said, the Golden Hoodie is not only about your individual performance. It's about how many people you have inspired. It's about how much you have really helped people, upskill and be successful. It's about all of that. It's about not only being excellent yourself, but about contributing towards being excellent, and which is why we asked her to come, because she's done a great job of it. And in fact, she has the Golden Hoodie. I was telling her you should have put it on when coming here.
We should take a picture.
We should take a picture with you in the Golden Hoodie. So that's the kind of stuff that we are talking about. It's a question where, our founder has always said that business is a platform for change. And today, change is what we are seeing all around us. So if we don't use our business in order to make people capable of facing that change, enabled enough to face that change, then we would really not be living up to the values that this company has taught us. So that's exactly what we are trying to do.
Madam, how has your Hyderabad center grown in last 10 years? What does it do to the global operations?
I couldn't get your question.
How has your Hyderabad center grown in last 10 years?
Oh, how has it grown in the last 10 years? I think it has grown from about how many people? 500, 600?
Yes.
To about 4,000 now? How much? Not exactly sure about the numbers. But because we don't break it out by the center as such, it's more an all India figure that we have. But we have grown quite a bit.
What does it do to the global operations? So
it's part of the global operations. Part of the global teams are co-located here in Hyderabad. We work in respect of any solution that is given. We work in teams across the globe. Okay, and that gives us actually the opportunity of using all 24 hours of the day. When we work, the US sleeps. When US works, we sleep. So it gives us that amount of time in order to, to not only innovate on the solutions, ensure that the problems are getting resolved, and the product that is required to be delivered gets delivered in time. So basically, we have a lot of the teams co-located here. A lot of the teams that are working across the globe in various other countries, they also have their counterparts here in India. So they may be here, they may be in Bangalore, they may be in Gurgaon. We have 7 centers today. So they may be in any of these centers. But the idea is that overall, we will, all of us, continue to innovate and to deliver as per the expectations of our customers in order to make them successful.
What is your hiring targets for the upcoming?
So we don't take hiring targets. Okay, the hiring happens depending upon requirements, and the requirements may also change. Today, as you know, it's a very, very changing environment that we have, and roles are emanating which were never even thought of even a year back. We didn't even know of the kind of roles that have come up since then. So the requirements are also different. The kind of roles and the kind of capabilities we need are different. So there is nothing called a hiring target. Depending upon what we feel is the requirement and depending upon where we feel is the requirement, the hiring takes place.
Okay, thank you.